Hello dear students, welcome in science class. Let's continue our topic, that is the autotrophic nutrition. Now in this video we will study two activities that are given in your NCERT book. Okay, you have to read the activities, understand the activities properly, because activity based questions may asked in exams. Now see this activity, that is activity 6.1. This activity is done to show that the chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. Means chlorophyll is required for photosynthesis. It is important material or necessary condition for photosynthesis. Okay. Now we will read this activity, activity 6.1. They are saying take a potted plant with variegated leaves. Variegated leaves means that are having different colored patches along with the green. Some green parts are there, some other colored parts are there. For example, these type of leaves are called variegated leaves. Okay, they are having the different colored along with the green also. Okay, some part is green and other part is of different color, that are called variegated leaves plant. So in this activity we will take the variegated potted plant. The leaves are having different varied colored along with the green color, especially because beta G only in the green color is due to the presence of chlorophyll. That means the different colored part other than green, they are not having chlorophyll. Only the green colored part they are having chlorophyll. Keep the plant in a dark room for 3 days so that all the starch gets used up. First, we will keep the plant in dark room so that all the stored food in the form of starch that it get used up. Okay, to de-starch the plant. This question may be asked in exam, why we are keeping the plant in dark room while performing the activities to show the necessary conditions for photosynthesis. So you will write the answer to de-starch it so that the stored starch get used up. Okay. Now keep the plant in sunlight for about 6 hours. That plant you will keep it in sunlight. Pluck a leaf from the plant, mark the green areas in it and trace them on a sheet of paper. Okay, pluck the one leaf and do the tracing of that leaf on the sheet. Okay, which part is green color and which part is of other color, maybe yellow color. So now we will do the processing of the leaf. Dip the leaf in boiling water for few minutes. Then after this, immerse it in a beaker containing alcohol. I will explain the whole activity again. Carefully place the above beaker in a water bath and heat till the alcohol begin to boil. Okay, beta G, we are not heating the alcohol directly. We are heating the alcohol in water bath. What happens to the color of the leaf? You will observe the color of the leaf will fade. Okay, that become yellow in color. What is the color of the alcohol solution? That become green because all the chlorophyll in the leaf gets come out or get dissolved in alcohol. Now dip the leaf in dilute solution of iodine for a few minutes. Okay, take out the leaf and rinse off the iodine solution. Observe the color of the leaf and compare this with the tracing of the leaf done in the beginning. What can you conclude about the presence of starch in various areas of the leaf? So, what they are saying? They are saying, do the tracing of the leaf. For example, assume that this is your leaf. Okay. These portions are green in color and this one is yellow in color. Okay. We have traced it. If you want to do the activity again, then we can again revise it. First, take the potted plant, keep it in dark. Why to keep it in dark? to de-starch it. Then keep it in sunlight so that it will do photosynthesis. If it will do photosynthesis, that means it forms starch. Okay. Now, by taking this leaf, we have done the tracing of the leaf. First, boil the leaf in water. Boil in water. Okay. Take the beaker, fill it with water, dip the leaf in it and boil it. The first step is this one. Then why there is need to boil in water, leaf to boil in water? So that the covering of the leaf get moistened or break down, so that the iodine solution easily get into the leaf. Okay, so that all the tissues, all membrane of the leaf get ruptured, or membrane of the leaf get ruptured. The second point, boil in alcohol. Boil in alcohol. For boiling in alcohol, what we will do? Take a big beaker, fill it with water and heat it. Okay, take another small beaker or a test tube, fill it with alcohol and dip the leaf in it. Okay, we do not heat the alcohol directly because it is inflammable. Inflammable means it catches fire easily. So that we are heating it in water bath. This is called water bath, by keeping the beaker of alcohol in beaker that is containing water. Okay, now what happens when we boil the leaf in alcohol? The chlorophyll get removed or dissolved in alcohol and the color of the alcohol become green. Now take out the leaf, remove the leaf and dip it in iodine, or add few drops of iodine on it. Iodine, we used iodine to test for the presence of starch. Students, always remember that whenever we do the activities for the photosynthesis, we are always do the test for starch, because in photosynthesis the end product is the formation of starch and we are using iodine solution for the presence of starch. So we put few drops on the leaves and after that observe the colored change in the leaf. After putting iodine drops on the leaf, okay, the green part, that is due to the chlorophyll, that means it has done photosynthesis and these green parts are having starch. This green part will show the presence of starch and this yellow portion do not show the presence of starch, because when we put iodine in the starch solution, it will become blue black in color. Okay, that is the indication that starch is there, blue black color. So after iodine test, these green color patches will become blue black, and this yellow portion will remain as such. Okay, so that indicates only the green colored portion become blue black, that means that is only having the starch, and only these green colored patches having chlorophyll and they are able to do the photosynthesis. That means the chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis because these green colors are due to the presence of chlorophyll. Understood? So this is the 6.1 activity that we have done to show that the chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. photosynthesis. Now we will do the next activity, that is activity 6.2. This activity is to show that CO2 is essential for photosynthesis. So what will we do? We will take two potted plants. Those are having green colored leaves, only green colored leaves. Okay. First, keep these plants in dark. Why to keep it in dark? To de-starch it so that the stored starch get used up. Second one of the potted plant, we will keep it in light. Both the plants will keep it in light. We will keep these both potted plant in sunlight, okay, and cover these both the plants with bell jar. This is our setup A and this is our setup B. Okay. Now in setup A, in a beaker, we will keep freshly prepared KOH, that is freshly prepared potassium hydroxide. What is the use of this? That I will explain later on. First, just listen the activity carefully. First, we will take two potted plants, keep this in dark to de-starch it. Then keep both the plants in light but cover them with bell jar. Okay. Now, from here where the gaps are there, you put some adhesive solutions there or apply some Vaseline so that it will become airtight. Okay. Now, after 6 hours, plug the leaves from both the plants. Okay, from the A pot and the B pot. Now again do the processing that we have done in activity 6.1. That is, first boil the leaves in water, then in alcohol in water bath, then put iodine solution on it and to test for the presence of starch. Now we will observe. What are our observations? We will observe that the blue-black color was shown by B plant leaves. The B plant leaves show the blue-black color and the A plant leaves do not show any color change. Do not show any color change. Now why? What is the reason behind this? It means it shows the blue-black color. That means it is having starch and it has done photosynthesis. It do not show any blue-black color. It means it do not have any starch and it do not has done any photosynthesis. Then what is the role of this KOH? The KOH here we are using to absorb CO2. The CO2 that is present inside this bell jar is absorbed by KOH and is not available for the plant to do photosynthesis. So the plant of setup A do not perform photosynthesis and do not show the presence of starch. Okay, but in B plant, the B plant having carbon dioxide inside it, okay, and it will do photosynthesis and shows the presence of starch. Now in this way we can show that the CO2 is essential for photosynthesis. See this activity, take two healthy potted plants which are nearly the same size, keep them in dark room for 3 days to de-starch it. Now place each plant on separate glass plates, place a watch glass containing potassium hydroxide by the side of one of the plant. The KOH is used to absorb carbon dioxide. One word question may be asked in exam. Cover both plants with separate bell jars as shown in the figure. Use Vaseline to seal the bottom of the jars to glass plates so that the setup is airtight. Keep the plants in sunlight for about 2 hours. Pluck a leaf from each plant and check for the presence of starch in the above activity. Do the leaves show the presence of the same amount of starch? No. What can you conclude from this activity? That CO2 is essential for photosynthesis. Now, on the basis of these two activities, we can also demonstrate do an activity to show that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis by keeping one plant in the dark and one plant in the light, and then do the processing of the leaf in the same way that we have done in these two activities. Okay. Now the next topic is stomata. These are the tiny pores present in the epidermis of the leaves. Tiny means very small pores present in the epidermis of leaves. These stomata's structure is like this way. They are guarded by kidney shaped guard cells. This is the guard cell. Kidney shaped guard cells. These are the guard cells. And this is the stomatal pore. Okay. Now these guard cells, because they are the cells, they are having the nucleus, but inside the guard cells they are having chloroplast. Means they will also do photosynthesis. Because we are seeing the section of the leaf, okay, so around these guard cells, here are the epidermal cells. In your book there are the different, this kind of diagram is given over there. These are the epidermal cells. These are the cells, so they are having the nucleus, but they don't have any chloroplast. These epidermal cells, they don't have any chloroplast. Epidermal cells means the cells of epidermis. Epidermal cells. Okay. Now these stomatas, at the time of the requirement or at the time of their functioning, they may get open, and when there is no need of any kind of exchange of gases or water loss, then these stomata get closed. Okay, the definition of stomata is the tiny pores present in the epidermis of the leaf, and the function is helps in gaseous exchange, helps in loss of excess water in the form of water vapors, that is the transpiration. Now, what is the mechanism of opening and closing of stomata? When these guard cells, okay, gain water. When these guard cells gain water, guard cells gain water, they become turgid. Turgid means they become swollen, and the stomatal pore get open. Okay, this is how the stomatal pore get open. When the guard cells gain water, they become turgid and the stomatal pore get open. Now, what happens at the time of the closing? The guard cells lose water, okay, they become shrink, they get shrink or become flaccid, and the stomatal pore get closed. When the guard cells lose water, the stomatal pore get closed as the guard cells get shrink. Okay, this is the mechanism of opening and closing of stomata. I will repeat it again. When the guard cells gain water, they swell up and the stomatal pore get open. When the guard cells removed water, they shrink and the stomatal pore get closed. So in this way, the stomatal pore get open and closed. So in this way, we have finished our autotrophic nutrition, in which we have done the photosynthesis, events of photosynthesis, site of photosynthesis, activities related to photosynthesis, and the stomata we have done. Okay, so In the next video, we will start with the heterotrophic nutrition. Till then, bye bye.